simultaneous linear equation involving three variables or three unknowns. X, Y, Z is called variable or unknown, but we use a different tool called Cramer's rule method. Cramer's rule method, it's also called determinant method. Determinant method. So it's called Cramer's rule method or determinant method. It's coming for higher secondary level, PU level. So you can take it. Some students will come for 12th standard also. Now write this delta. I told you triangle means already, it's called delta. And write these coefficients 1, 1 and 1. See 1, 1, 1, 2 minus 1, 1 minus 2. This is actually called a coefficient matrix. Sorry, coefficient determinant, it's not matrix. So you can write the coefficient 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 and this 1. So you get this. So put this 1, 1, 1, 2 minus 1, 1 and 1 minus 2, 3. Now you expand this determinant. You expand this determinant. I told you determinant has got value. You expand this determinant along row 1. This is called row 1. So when you expand this along row 1, the top will have a sign plus, the next will have a sign minus, and this will have a sign plus. So write triangle delta equal to, and determinant expansion is quite easy. Take this 1. So leave this row and leave this column. So first you take this 1, this is actually plus 1. So if you want to write plus 1 also, take this, leave this row and this column. So you get minus 1, minus 2 and 3. Next one is called minus 1. So this is called actually minus 1. This is called minus 1. So leave this row and leave this column. Leave this second column and first row. So you get minus 1 into 2, 1, 1, 3. Last one is this 1. When you take this 1, you write this box. So leave these 2. You write this. So this is called expanding along row 1. So when you expand along row 1, first this is plus, minus and plus. So you take the plus, you write the plus 1. So leave this thing and leave this row and column. These two you can leave it. This row 1 and column 1, you get this one. Next one is called minus 1. Next one is called minus 1. So you take this minus 1, write this 2, 1 and minus 2, 1 and 1 and 3. And last is plus 1. When you take the plus 1, you have to take this box. So I have it off. So, and determinant expansion is quite easy. So you get like this. Right. Now the 3 into 3 determinants. 3 into 3 is called a square matrix and square determinant. Matrix means it won't have value. You have to put like this. Determinant will have value. Only a square matrix can be converted into a determinant and got the value. Now look here. Now this reduces to this, you know already. You have to multiply like this. Minus 1 into 3. While coming back, you must put 1 minus. So minus of 1 into minus 2. So this we are taught already in 2 into 2 matrix. So you can follow this. Minus 1 and minus 2 and then 1 and 3. Similarly, here after minus 1 you get this 2 into 3 and this will come like this with a minus in the middle. 2 into 3 minus 1 into 1, last plus 2 into minus 2 with a minus in the middle, you get minus 1 into 1. So this is the second step after writing it. So you can expand this after this. I will just above this arrows. Now write the 1 as it is. Minus 1 into 3 is minus 3, you know. 1 minus minus is plus 2. And then come to 1, 2 3s are actually 6, 1 1s are 1. And then plus 1 into 2 into minus 2 is minus 4 and minus minus plus 1. So you can just expand. This step is simply expanding. You have to expand these numbers. You get it. And then put the 1 again, minus 3 plus 1 is called minus 1, 6 minus 1 is 5, and this you get minus 3. So 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, minus 1 to 5 is minus 5, minus, if you add all this you get minus 1, you call it number 1. So first is you have to find the delta, so you can write the coefficients and find the determinant. You can expand along row 1, and determinant can be expanded in any method, row 1, row 2, row 3, or column 1, column 2, column 3. The best method is expanding along row 1, we did it. Next is part 2. Now coming to part 2, we have to find the value of x. Now what you do, you write delta x, suffix x. Now remove this value 1, 2, 1, 1, the coefficient of x, and you put the constants 5, 9 and 16. So hope you understood. Remove the 1, 2, 1, the coefficient x, and put the constant, and other two you write as it is in delta. And you know the first number is plus, the second number is minus, and third one is plus. So you try to expand this as we expanded delta. So the first one is plus. So 5, for 5 you get this blocks. You just leave this row and this column, you get minus 1, 1, minus 2 and 3. Hope you understood. Like that. I remove this. So you leave that particular row and column. Next one is minus 1. We are expanding along row 1. Expanding along row 1. Next one is minus 1. Leave that row and that column, you get 9, 16, 1 and 3. 9, 16, 1 and 3, and last one is plus 1. When you take plus 1, you will get this box. You can leave that one. And next, we have to expand this small determinant. So it's 5, 9 and 16, the constant. Okay, so to make you to understand, I have done like this and I cancel. Now after this, you know, you have to multiply like this and like this. Only one I'll show with the minus in the middle. Minus 1 into 3, minus of 1 into minus 2. Similarly, we have shown already. Similarly, you can do the other ones based on it. Next is minus 1, you get 9 into 3, minus 16 into 1, plus 1, 9 into minus 2, and minus 1 into 16. Afterwards, 5 into minus 1 into 3 is actually minus 3, minus is actually plus 2. So like this you have to expand, I have shown you, and minus 1 into 9 3s are 27, 16 1s are 16, plus 1 into 9 into minus 2 is minus 18. This is just an expansion. Simple expansion of brackets. You will just expand the brackets, minus 1 to 3, you get this one. And next one is, this step is actually simplification. See, minus 2 plus 2 is nothing but minus 1. Similarly, 27 minus 16. 27 minus 16 is nothing but 11. So got it? And then minus 18 plus 16 is minus 2. So you just simplify this after expanding, and then again you get the final answer. You multiply this 5 into minus 1 minus 5 minus 11 minus 2, you get delta x as minus 8. The formula is x equal to delta x by delta. You get minus 18 by minus 9. See, delta is minus 9. You get the answer 2. Delta we did part 1. So you get the answer minus plus the x equal to 2. So this is how we get the value of x. Next, part 3 is you have to find y, and part 4 is finding z. Okay, now we will do part 3. Part 3 is finding y, same like x. So in the place of delta, the y coefficient, you just replace the constant 5, 9 and 16 and expand along row 1 as you did for what? X. The same method you follow, you will just reduce into 2 into 2 matrix, and then you have to multiply this, you get it, and simplify, you get the answer delta y equal to minus y equal to delta y delta, and y you get as minus 1. Finally, you are finding the last variable or the last unknown letter z. We finished x and y, so we call it as part 4. First we got delta, the coefficients of x, y, z. We put and got the value of determinant delta is equal to minus 9. Now finding z, what you do, in this coefficient of x, y, z, replace the z number 113 by the constant 5, 9 and 16. So this you put by 5, 9 and 16, that is called as delta z in the determinant. So what you do is you replace this number 5, 9 and 16 and put in and try to expand. Already we have expanded. You expand along the first row, plus, minus and plus. So plus 1 and 2, you just expand and then you cross multiply like this. We have done it. So this is expansion of matrix, determinant, sorry. And then next one is you multiply, then simplify, and finally you get the answer delta z as minus 36. And the formula is z equal to delta z by delta. Remember, x equal to delta x by delta, that we did in part 1. Y equal to delta y by delta, that we did in part 2. Z equal to delta z by delta, which is part 4. Sorry, part 2, part 3, part 4, delta is part 1. So minus 36 by minus 9 is 4 and z is 4. We got the answer of x, y and z. X is nothing but 2, y is minus 1 and z is 4. This is called actually simultaneous linear equation using Cramer's rule. There is one more method also called using matrix method or inverse method. Is quite bigger, much more easier, but the marks for matrix method is quite, they give 5 marks. This inverse method mostly they give 2 or 3 marks. Matrix method is quite big, same like 2 into 2 matrix, but finding the inverse of a 3 into 3 matrix is quite big. I hope you have understood this.